Hola Cules. And welcome back to the channel, your ultimate hub for everything Blaugrana. It's your host, your YouTube channel name, and boy, do we have a packed transfer update and some incredibly exciting news about our beloved club today. The winter transfer window is in full swing, and as usual, it's a rollercoaster of emotions for us Barça fans. From potential defensive reinforcements to surprising loan bids for our superstars, and even chasing historic La Liga records, there's so much to unpack. We'll dive deep into the latest rumors, confirm some major dealings, and get hyped about the incredible run of form Hansi Flick has got our team on. Get ready for some passionate analysis, a bit of speculation, and a whole lot of Visca el Barça. Don't forget to hit that like button if you bleed Blaugrana, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest Barça updates. Let's get straight into it, Cules. Alright Cules, let's kick things off with some crucial defensive talk. It's no secret we've been on the hunt for a solid, left-sided centre-back, someone who can bring balance and depth to our backline. And it looks like the name high on Hansi Flick's wish list is none other than Nathan Ake from Manchester City. Now, Ake is a player I personally really rate. He's got that Premier League experience, he's versatile, comfortable on the ball, and critically, he's left-footed, which is a profile we desperately need. He's fallen a bit down the pecking order at City with Gvardiol and Ruben Dias becoming regulars, which makes him an attainable target for us. Flick reportedly admires him, and that's a huge plus in my book. We know Flick loves defenders who can play high and are comfortable initiating play, and Ake fits that mold perfectly. However, this isn't going to be a straightforward snatch. AC Milan are also sniffing around, looking for a similar profile to bolster their defense. They're looking for someone who can adapt to a back three or a back four, play centre-back or full-back, all boxes Ake ticks for them too. The big hurdle for us, as always, is financial. City are apparently looking for around €20 million, and a loan deal seems unlikely for them. Plus, he's on a high salary and under contract until 2027. And, let's not forget, other Premier League clubs are also watching. With the potential arrival of Cancelo, more on that later, finding salary space for another high earner like Ake could be a real challenge. It's a tough market, but a left-footed centre-back is paramount for our tactical setup under Flick. Let's hope Laporta and Alemany can work their magic and bring us someone of Ake's caliber. Imagine having that kind of defensive stability and an alternative to Christensen and Martinez. Okay, Cules, buckle up for a moment, because this next piece of news is, well, it's something. You know how Al Hilal and Barcelona have been in talks regarding João Cancelo? Apparently, during those discussions, Al Hilal had the audacity, the sheer nerve, to float the idea of taking Robert Lewandowski on loan until the end of the season. Can you believe it? Lewandowski, our top scorer, our veteran talisman, the man who still leads the line for us. The report suggests they wanted him to finish his contract in Saudi Arabia, which would, of course, save us his salary for the next 6 months. Now, I understand the financial situation at our club, I really do. Every penny saved is a penny earned, especially with our salary limits. But let's be serious for a moment. Robert Lewandowski, leaving midway through a season where we're competing on multiple fronts, with only Ferran Torres as our other recognized striker? That's just a non-starter for me, and frankly, for Hansi Flick. The man might be 37, and his involvement might have reduced slightly, but he remains an absolutely vital part of Flick's plans. His experience, his leadership, his clinical finishing, those are irreplaceable assets right now. We need him for the crucial games coming up in the League, the Copa del Rey, and of course, the Champions League. His future beyond this season is a different conversation, one we'll have in the summer. But for now, to even consider letting him go would be absolute madness. Thankfully, the report also confirms that Lewandowski himself has shown no indication of wanting to leave. And why would he? He's at Barcelona, he's still scoring goals, and he's still a crucial figure in a top European club. Al Hilal's approach was ambitious, to say the least, but it's clear some players are just not for sale, especially not in January. So, let's put this one to bed, Cules. Lewy stays, and we need him more than ever, from transfer drama to pure, unadulterated glory. Cules, let's talk about something truly magnificent. Hansi Flick's Barcelona is making history. We recently surpassed Tito Villanova's incredible record of scoring in consecutive La Liga matches, reaching an astounding 39 games after our 2-0 win over Espanyol. That's a testament to the attacking philosophy and consistency Flick has instilled. But wait, there's more. This phenomenal team is now chasing another monumental record set by Tito's legendary 2012-13 side, and also José Mourinho's Real Madrid from 2011-12, the elusive 100-point mark in La Liga season. Only 2 teams have ever achieved this feat, showcasing the sheer dominance required. Our Blaugrana are currently sitting comfortably at the top of the table, riding a wave of 9 consecutive victories. 9 straight wins, Cules. That's incredible. With 49 points already in the bag at the midway point of the season, our trajectory is significantly better than last season, putting us firmly on track to challenge this prestigious record. Flick, who won the league last season with 88 points, clearly has his sights set on triple digits. We've only suffered 2 defeats, against Sevilla and Real Madrid, and a single draw against Rayo Vallecano. But here's the kicker: since that Clásico defeat at the Santiago Bernabéu on October 26, this team has been flawless. Absolutely immaculate. 9 straight wins in the domestic league is the kind of form that wins titles and breaks records. The team is playing with confidence, cohesion, and an undeniable hunger. If we can maintain this insane momentum in the second half of the campaign, matching or even surpassing the 100-point record held by Villanova and Mourinho is not just a dream, it's a very real possibility. This is the Barça DNA we love to see, the relentless pursuit of excellence. Hansi Flick has truly transformed this squad, and we are witnessing something special unfold. Visca el Barça, and let's go for that century mark. Cules, let's pivot back to transfers, and specifically to a saga that had us all on the edge of our seats. If you've been following the news, you know João Cancelo's future has been a hot topic. And for a moment there, it looked like we were finally getting our man back. The 31-year-old right-back, who we all loved during his loan spell last season, was confirmed to be leaving Al Hilal. While Inter Milan had a verbal agreement with Al Hilal, Cancelo himself, our João, held out for a move back to Catalonia. That's the loyalty we love to see, Cules. According to multiple reliable sources, including the legend Fabrizio Romano himself, Barcelona were on the verge of signing Cancelo. An agreement between our beloved Blaugrana and the Saudi giants was imminent for a loan deal until the end of the season. This came shortly after Barcelona tabled their opening offer, which was a loan proposal with us covering only a small portion of his salary, typical Barça financial acrobatics, but it shows the intent. Cancelo's unwavering desire to return to Barcelona, where he truly found his rhythm last season, was absolutely pivotal in all of this. He made it crystal clear that Barça was his absolute priority, and that kind of commitment means everything to us fans. While there's always a question mark about whether we can still bring in a new centre-back after this due to salary space, the prospect of having Cancelo back, providing quality and depth at right-back, was incredibly exciting. He brings so much to the team: his attacking prowess, his ability to invert, his experience. For a brief shining moment, it looked like Cancelo was set to become our first January signing of 2026, and the thought of seeing him in Blaugrana again filled me with so much optimism. What a player, what a commitment. All right, Cules, shifting gears back to our defensive hunt. We all know the club is desperately looking for reinforcements in central defense, especially with the need to find replacements or strong competition for Andreas Christensen and Inigo Martinez. Our financial constraints mean we're always looking for cost-effective options, and that's why Marc Guehi's name has been linked with us for a while. The Crystal Palace captain, a promising English international, was set to be a free agent in the summer, making him an incredibly attractive prospect. Imagine getting a solid, Premier League proven centre-back for free. That sounded like a dream scenario for Barca, given our current economic situation. However, in a bit of a disappointing turn of events, it now appears Barcelona have officially ruled out a move for Marc Guehi in the summer. According to journalist Ben Jacobs, we did indeed have a meeting with Guehi's agent, but the club has decided not to pursue talks further. This news stings a little, especially when you consider the quality he could bring and the potential free agent status. The reality, though, is that the competition for Guehi is fierce. Powerhouses like Manchester City, Liverpool, and even Real Madrid are all reportedly vying for his signature. Crystal Palace are even open to selling him in January, but they're holding out for a hefty price tag. It seems, once again, that we're simply not in a position to compete financially with these European giants for a player of Guehi's caliber, even if he would have been a free transfer in a few months. It's a pragmatic decision, but a tough pill to swallow. But fear not, Cules, the hunt continues. The Catalans are still keen on other defensive targets, with Borussia Dortmund's Nico Schlotterbeck still mentioned, and an interesting new name, Marcos Senesi from Bournemouth, has also emerged as an option. Senesi, like Guehi, is also set to become a free agent in the summer, which aligns perfectly with our need for cost-effective solutions. So, while Guehi is off the table, the search for a new centre-back continues, and let's hope we land someone who can truly strengthen our backline. Cules, let's get back to the João Cancelo saga, because it had more twists and turns than a Rafinha dribble. Earlier, we thought a deal was imminent, and then the details started to firm up. In a major development reported by the ever-reliable Fabrizio Romano, our beloved FC Barcelona actually made their opening bid for veteran defender João Cancelo. This was the moment we were all waiting for. The 31-year-old right-back was indeed set to leave Al Hilal, and despite Inter Milan pushing incredibly hard to sign him, Cancelo's heart was firmly set on returning to Barça. He absolutely wanted to come back to the place where he shone last season. We'd been contemplating this move for a while, with some internal debate about him, and at one point, it looked extremely unlikely this month. But Cancelo's sheer determination and patience paid off. He held out, waiting for us, even when Inter and Al Hilal had a verbal agreement in place. That's the dedication we love from a player. Our initial bid was for a loan-only deal, with the club covering only a small portion of his salary, classic Barça, stretching every penny. Negotiations were officially underway, with Cancelo patiently waiting for an agreement to be finalized between Al Hilal and Barcelona. He's a proven player, capable of covering both right back and left back, which would make him an incredibly handy addition, especially for Flick's system. The main concern, of course, was his salary and whether this move would eat up the remaining salary space, potentially ruling out a centre-back signing. Flick was reportedly angling for a new centre-back, and bringing Cancelo back might have meant Jules Koundé would be permanently pushed into a central role. But at this point, the excitement of having Cancelo back, the man who prioritized us, was palpable. This was a crucial step, and it showed the club's intent to bring back a player who genuinely wanted to be here. The anticipation was real, and the Cancelo rollercoaster continues, Cules. Just when we thought we were closing in, another twist emerged. Remember how I mentioned he was pushing for a return to Catalonia? Well, according to Gianluca Di Marzio, Cancelo actually asked for a grace period, a day or two, to give Barcelona more time to reconsider their stance and finalize a deal. This just shows how much he wanted to be back with us. His priority was clearly a return to Barcelona, even though Inter Milan had an agreement in place with Al Hilal for his transfer. He literally put his career on hold for a moment, hoping our club would come through. This guy bleeds Blaugrana, even if it's just from a season-long loan. He played 45 competitive matches for Al Hilal, but with the World Cup just around the corner, he's desperate to return to top-flight European football to secure his spot in the Portuguese national team. And honestly, who can blame him? A player of his caliber belongs at the highest level. However, and this is the frustrating part, despite his incredible loyalty and desire, the reports at this point suggested that a move for Cancelo remained unlikely for Barcelona. Our club had other priorities, mainly that centre-back, and his salary would still pose a significant challenge. There was even talk of a key meeting about his pursuit, but everything seemed to point towards him heading to Inter Milan. It's truly a shame when a player shows such unwavering commitment to our badge, but the financial realities of our club sometimes just get in the way. It leaves you feeling a bit helpless as a fan, watching a player who desperately wants to play for us, potentially having to go elsewhere because of economic limitations. You can't fault Cancelo for trying, but it truly highlighted the tightrope our club is walking in the transfer market. Alright, Cules, now for a piece of news that definitely raised some eyebrows in the fanbase, the possibility of Marc-Andre ter Stegen, our captain and undisputed number one, potentially joining Girona on loan. Girona, our fantastic neighbors and current La Liga highflyers, have reportedly been exploring the possibility of signing ter Stegen during this winter transfer window. The financial aspect makes it complicated, of course, but they're persistent. The good news is that ter Stegen has fully recovered from his back problems and is in perfect condition to compete at the highest level. Initially, there was a reluctance on his part to even consider leaving Barça, which is understandable, he's a legend here. However, a new update from Nil Solar, HT Sport, revealed something surprising. Ter Stegen is now viewing the option of finishing the current season with Girona positively. Get this, Cules, he's apparently had conversations with Girona manager Michel, and is now open to making the switch to Estadi Montilivi for the rest of the season. This is wild. Girona's sporting management sees his arrival as a priority, which makes sense, as a keeper of his quality would be a huge boost. But here's the kicker, Girona can only realistically cover around €1 million to €1.5 million of his salary. That means Barça would have to bear the majority of his wages for him to go on loan. It's a huge sacrifice for the club, but it also shows our willingness to support our players and potentially free up some wage bill space, even if it's not a full saving. It's a testament to the club's understanding of his desire to play consistently after injury, or perhaps even to help our neighbors out, who knows? While it would be strange to see our captain in another La Liga shirt, if it helps him regain full match fitness without pressure and somehow benefits the club, then maybe it's a bitter pill we have to swallow. But my heart aches a little at the thought of not seeing him between our posts, even temporarily. It just highlights the unique challenges we face. And now, Jules, for the final word on the João Cancelo saga, and sadly, it's not the news we wanted to hear. After all the back and forth, all the waiting, all the hope, it now appears that a January return for Cancelo to Barcelona is looking highly unlikely. This comes from Florian Plettenberg of Sky, a reliable source, and it's a bitter pill to swallow after his intense desire to come back to us. Despite all the contacts between the club and his agent, Jorge Mendes, and despite Cancelo's willingness to even take a pay cut to make it happen, things are simply not advanced enough between the two parties. This is truly disappointing, because he showed so much loyalty and commitment to us. Instead, his former team, Inter Milan, are now reportedly the frontrunners and are pushing hard to sign the Portuguese international. While it stings to miss out on a player who clearly wanted to be here and who would have provided much-needed depth, it also means the club's focus shifts. Barcelona, it seems, will now likely concentrate their efforts on signing a centre-back instead, which Hansi Flick has been insisting upon. Nathan Ake's name comes up again as a key target, and perhaps this clearer picture on Cancelo will allow us to fully pursue a central defender. Ake, being out of favour at Manchester City, could be available on loan, and his profile, experienced, established, left-footed, and someone who can make an immediate impact, aligns perfectly with what Flick is looking for. So, while it's a sad ending to the Cancelo transfer saga for us, perhaps it opens the door for a much-needed reinforcement at the heart of our defence. It's a pragmatic decision, but it doesn't make it any less disappointing to see a player who genuinely loved playing for us miss out on a return. But, Visca el Barça, we move forward and focus on our other targets. Jules, let's end on a high note, celebrating one of our own, a true La Masia gem. Eric Garcia has undergone one of the most remarkable transformations in recent Barcelona memory. From being a fringe player under Xavi, he has blossomed into an indispensable first-team regular under Hansi Flick, playing in multiple roles with incredible versatility. Centre-back, right-back, left-back, even defensive midfielder, he's done it all this season, racking up over 2,000 minutes. This is the kind of dedication and quality we love to see from our La Masia product. His former youth coach at Barça's Cadete A, Frank Artiga, recently spoke to Sport and absolutely heaped praise on Eric. Artiga highlighted that Eric embodied the club's philosophy, calling his ball output and way of playing total Barça DNA. He mentioned the immense respect Eric commanded even at youth level, an example to his teammates and other generations. This is what makes a Barça player truly special, not just talent, but character and leadership. Artiga credited Eric's fantastic personal environment and the guidance of his agent, Ivan de la Peña, for steering his career so brilliantly. His bold move to Manchester City, his return, and especially his loan spell at Girona last season under Michel, which Artiga believes was the turning point, all contributed to his growth. He came back a more accomplished player, and now under Flick, he's absolutely thriving in the high-line system. Artiga even noted that Flick's style favors Eric a lot, praising his anticipation, runs at the back, and ball-playing ability. While Artiga admitted he least sees him as a pivot, he acknowledged Eric is competing very well and playing with confidence. But here's the kicker, Jules. Having watched him wear the armband at every youth level, Artiga made a bold prediction, backing Eric to be a captain of Barça one day. I am convinced that he will be the captain of Barça for many years, Artiga concluded. This is not just praise, it's a testament to his leadership, his understanding of the club, and his growth as a player. Eric Garcia is proving his doubters wrong, exemplifying the Barça spirit, and he is without a doubt a player we should all be incredibly proud of. What a journey, and what a future he has ahead of him at the Camp Nou. Visca Eric Garcia, Visca el Barça. And that, Jules, brings us to the end of today's deep dive into the latest FC Barcelona news. What a whirlwind of emotions, right? From the high hopes of defensive reinforcements like Ake, the unexpected, and quickly dismissed, Lewandowski loan offer, the exhilarating chase for a 100-point season, to the Cancelo transfer saga that had more plot twists than a Netflix series, and finally, the incredible rise and potential captaincy of Eric Garcia, it's never a dull moment being a Barça fan. We've seen the club navigate financial hurdles, make strategic moves, and our team under Hansi Flick is truly on fire. I'm genuinely excited about the direction we're heading in. What were your thoughts on today's news? Are you happy with our transfer targets? What do you think about Eric Garcia's future? Let me know in the comments below. I love reading your passionate takes. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. Thank you so much for tuning in and for your unwavering support for our beloved club. Until next time, Jules, Visca el Barça.